you try to grow or build anything in life, whether that be a business or other venture, you should always approach it with clarity. And here's what I mean. I'm someone who's tried a lot of things. I've tried Amazon FBA, I've tried dropshipping, I've worked many part-time jobs, and even at one point I tried starting a clothing brand. And every time I just sort of dived in. I never had a plan. I never once stopped and thought, okay, is this something that I can actually do? Is this something even feasible? Is this something I can commit to? And I was pretty reckless. And here's how you can learn from that. Now, in my case, I'm not a computer science student, nor do I know how to code, but when I started my project by building an app, I again had no idea what I was doing. I was adding random features that I'd written from a messy Word document, and I didn't have any proper direction. And I was coding it all alone too. I didn't have a co-founder with me to build it, and one of the pretty funny things as well was I initially planned to make an app, but I started accidentally making a website instead, and I had no idea until about a week later. So I spoke to a friend for some advice about the whole thing, and he said, have you written your specification sheet? And I said, what's that? I've never heard of it. And he explained it was a simple one-page Word document that defines the absolute core of your app. What is the exact problem that it's solving? Who is it for? And what are the 1 to 3 sort of magic features needed for it to become its first version? Nothing else. And I realized I hadn't written one. I didn't truly know what my app would look like when its first version launched. So my next step was to create that spec sheet, and it gave me clarity. That's the only thing that was needed to create the app in the first place. I needed people to try and test it, and that was it, to see if it was even worth continuing with and continuing making. And that's the real reason why companies make waitlists, for example. It's not just for hype. It's to see if people even want the core idea before you build and invest too much into it in the first place. And after I got focused, I finally finished the first version of my app. So what do we learn from this? You should start with clarity for whatever goal you have in life, especially if you don't have someone working with you. Otherwise, it just becomes a whole mess in your head, and in absolutely no time, you'll have no clue what you're doing and how to get out of the mess.